Alice in Borderland is one of the most amazing stories I have ever read, being a thriller story that can grab your attention from the beginning. But why is this story so special? What makes it so unique? Alice in Borderland starts with our main character, Arisu, who is a high schooler that doesn't really have any motivation for anything. He sees the current life he's living as mediocre, boring, feeling like he's wasting every day. But he wishes he had a great life of excitement. And so in one night, Arisu and his friends see these fireworks and everything changes for them. In that moment, they get transported in an apocalyptic world where nothing is what it seems like. At the beginning, our characters seem very happy for what just happened, feeling like they are free from their lives and responsibilities. But they will come back to reality when they would learn that if you want to survive in this world, you need to participate in these death games to get points to keep surviving. And in this world, Arisu gets exactly what he wanted, the life of excitement, but also seeing the cost of what he wanted. This is an amazing premise. From the beginning, you already get an idea on what this story is trying to show you and the themes that it would eventually tackle, being a survivor story that grabbed my attention. And I think that not many stories can do that. Stories that you don't want to take a break and you just want to know what happens next. Stories that made me feel that way were Bastard, Sweet Home, The Boxer, Naoki Urasawa's Monster, and Alice in Borderland was just something that really caught my attention. The more Arisu goes through these death games, he shows his amazing abilities and how intelligent he really is, that he wouldn't have known he had all this inside of him if he didn't come to this world. But he also would realize the horrors that this world would bring to him. In one of the death games he was in with his friends, and the game would end with him losing all his friends. And this was the point where Arisu finally realized how precious his life was, because in the real world, Arisu pretty much gave up on life, condemning himself as being a loser and nothing more, not seeing his life as anything. And these are the themes I truly love about Alice in Borderland. It tackles the meaning of life, that the path you're currently on might not be the right one, and that you can become a better version of yourself, and a commentary on humanity, on the awful things humans are capable of doing if they're pushed to the extreme, the unwillingness of people changing and becoming better, being stuck on greed, power, money. It really challenges the reader as well, making you really think. But what I truly appreciate is also showing the good that humanity is still capable of doing, that if we stand together, we can make things better for all of us. Showing that if the moment comes, people should use their strength on helping each other by putting their differences on the side. To represent characters, we have cards, the heart, diamond, spades, and clubs, and each of them represents their strength. Every character has their own motivation on surviving in this world. There's really a weight of sacrifice and loss that can make you attach and understand these characters, even if you do or not agree with them. And Alice in Borderland isn't a very long story, so being able to make you attach to these characters is something I find amazing. Not every story can do that. It shows you what people are willing to do to live, to see their tomorrow, and finding their purpose on living after everything Arisu goes through. He mostly has motivations like revenge, anger, and wanting to know the truth about these games and this world. And ultimately, he asks himself questions about the meaning in his life, and he comes to his answer from finding someone he loves, Usagi, both of them supporting, loving each other after everything. We also get side stories that concentrate on different characters that eventually connect to the main story. Alice in Borderland has very beautiful art that represents the story in an amazing way, making you understand what these characters are feeling only from their expressions. And so we come to the ending of this story, the final game being very tense and difficult, but eventually coming to an end. The question that this story keeps asking us is, what is the meaning to life? What should we do with our lives? And the story, from the beginning to the end, doesn't give us an answer, but we see what these characters go through and how they find meaning from their lives that they found unfulfilling by finding their own fulfillment. And so I think this story finds an amazing balance on tackling on what is the meaning of life, eventually leaving that answer to us, because at the end the answer is up to us. Life is what you think it is. You need to find meaning in your life. And we see this in the final chapter where a news reporter asks, why are you alive? And we see all kinds of different answers from people. Alice in Borderland is an intense thriller survivor story with amazing characters and themes I truly appreciate, with an ambiguous ending, leaving some things to the reader's interpretation. I hope you enjoyed my rambling. Tell me what you think of Alice in Borderland. Please consider liking, subscribing. Have a good day. Take care of yourself. Bye.